Hello there, welcome back to my channel where today I'm doing a palette bingo collaboration with a friend over on Instagram. I will link all of her information down below. I don't think she does YouTube, so you won't be able to find a video of what she does, but definitely check out her Instagram because she does these gorgeous, bold, beautiful, super creative looks. You're just gonna love it. So you have to make sure you check out what she ends up doing. What we did was we took the Melt Amor y Mariposas eyeshadow palette, which we both have, we both love, and I used a random number generator to pick 5 different numbers which each of us have to use to create our own eyeshadow look. Now, neither of us has any idea how the other person is going to use those colors. This is what I came up with. I hope you like it, and if you'd like to see how I did it, then don't go anywhere. And if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Rachel. I am a homeschooling stay-at-home mom who loves to play with colorful eyeshadow. So if you want to see lots of colorful content on your timeline, then don't forget to like and subscribe because I'm currently uploading about 3 videos a week. Okay, so the numbers for this palette bingo have already been pulled. I randomly generated them using a website about a week ago so that I could give them to my friend so that we could film whenever we had the time. So what I'm going to do is pull up that video for you so that you can see them generated and what numbers they are in the palette, and then I'll swatch them and we can look at them and I can plan out my look from there. I apologize in advance for any mispronunciation. The first number I pulled was number 5, Guamuchil. It's a dark green matte in the far corner. Then I got number 20, which is Perla, a lovely pinky red matte. Number 12 is the gorgeous orange shimmer Mariposa, and number 1 is the beautiful aqua shimmer in Celito Lindo, followed by 12 again, and 12 again, and then finally I got number 16, Charro, a beautiful deepening shade. Alright, so when I pulled those numbers, I was looking at the combination of colors, and I'm like, okay. I mean, it's gonna be pretty, but what do I do with these colors? So here they are swatched on my hand. We've got Guamuchil, Perla, the orange shimmer is Mariposa, the green-blue shimmer is called Celito Lindo, and then we've got Charro up here, which is a deep purple. You might think it's brown, but it's actually purple. So these are the colors that we're working with today. And I see 2 different options. I think that I could do the green, try to do a light wash of green. There are no light mattes to work with. And so I would probably try to do a light wash of Guamuchil, deepen it with Charro, and then do a Celito Lindo on the lid. And then on my under eye, I would do Perla and Mariposa. That's my plan number 1. And then my second plan would be to put Perla on the lid, like in the crease, deepen it with Charro, and then put Mariposa, the orange shimmer, on the lid. And then on the under eye, do the green Guamuchil matte and the green Celito Lindo shimmer. That's like plan number 2. And to be quite honest, the last 2 looks that I've done with this palette, I think have included the shade Perla. I'm not sure. And I've used Celito Lindo. I love this color. But I used this one with Perla on my lid before for one of my looks, and it's live on YouTube. And I also had that same color combination of a red pink with orange shimmer when I used the Hummingbird palette. So I think just for variety, to challenge myself and do something that's not already on my channel, I'm gonna do plan number 1. So let's get into that. I've already primed my eyes using the Glamlight Icing Primer in the shade White Frosting. And I've got these new brushes that I wanna try. These are from e.l.f. They are just blending eye brush. Hang on, I still have the package so I can tell you what number it is. It is the e.l.f. 1803. I bought 2 of them because I wanted something that was a good crease brush, but a little bit puffier, not quite as dense. So, I mean, they're e.l.f. brushes. It's not like they're crazy expensive. So let's see how they work. Let's see how it works for what I want it to work as for prepositions. I'm going to start with that brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Guamuchil, which is the dark green matte, and I'm going in lightly because I don't want this to be a super dark green. I want this to be more of a light wash, and I'm just putting it in my crease. I'm hoping that I can blend it out into something lighter tone. We'll see. I really don't know. The tricky thing with palette bingo is you obviously have to work with the colors you pull, and I try not to bring in any other colors. So, I don't know, this is really dark. It's so dark. It's pretty, it's a great deepening green, but I use it as a deepener, not as a starter. My friend Marzia, the girl that I'm doing this collaboration bingo with, she is so creative. You have to check her out on Instagram. I'm gonna link her down below. I doubt she'll be doing a video for this because I don't think she does anything with videos, but she's so creative. She has this bright, bold style, like really intense eye looks, but not crazy heavy, just very bold and colorful, and they go like all the way up to the eyebrow, and she has these beautifully carved, arched eyebrows, and she takes it to like the next level. I mean, she's a nice girl. She's from Latvia, and I don't know anything about Latvia. I asked her to send me some articles that I could read so that I could learn about her country, and we were just talking a little bit about the war in Ukraine and all the craziness that's going on there, and the Baltic states and whatnot. And I was like, I don't know anything about that part of the country. Sometimes Americans, we kind of think that we're isolated, like we live in our own little bubble and the rest of the world, except Europe, doesn't really exist. That's not true. That's not true at all. And we tend to have a very isolated mindset, I think, towards the rest of the world. And it really broadens the mind to meet other people, even if it's just online, to meet other people who are from those parts of the world. And you're like, oh, I feel very ignorant. Help educate me. So far, this brush is doing a pretty good job of what I wanted it to do. I have a larger, denser blending brush that I often use for this area, but because it's larger, it tends to spread the color out further than I want. Or I could use a fluffier blending brush, but still I don't have anything that's on the smaller side of like the fluffier brushes. And so the same sort of problem, I can't get the precision in the smaller area and it spreads it out too far. So this brush is actually so far a pretty good middle ground, like it's smaller and more precise, but it's not quite as dense as my other one. It is a little bit softer and fluffier. So I think this is doing a good job of what I wanted to do. I'm sure that if Marzia were doing this this look, she would blow the color like all the way up to her eyebrows. But I think it's pretty good the way it is. So I'm gonna dip into the next shade. I'm gonna take this shade, Charro, which on my hand is this one here. This top color, it's a really dark, grapey sort of purple. I mean, it looks brown or black, but then when you blend out the edges, you notice the true color, which is like a grape purple with a lot of brown in it. So I'm going to use this in a smaller section and use it just to deepen out this outer area. And pull it onto my lid a little bit. So I really like Instagram for the opportunity to connect with people from around the world. I think that I'm not a huge fan of social media. Social media, I feel like, can often be just a dramatic adult version of high school. There's so much drama, there's so much unpleasantness, there's so much inauthenticity. Like, you know, you see people's highlight reels, but it's not true life. And I find that really frustrating and kind of difficult to work with and work around. And I think everybody can understand the impulse to just get away. All right, this purple color is definitely covering the green. So I'm gonna dip back into the green, Guamuhil, just lightly because it's so dark, and I'm going to put it on the edge of the purple and try to bring in a little bit more green. I wish that I could grab one of the lighter greens from this palette, but I can't, not to stay within my bingo. I mean, I'm going to use all of my colors, but I try not to grab other colors outside of the 5 selected ones. So now I just have mud. It just looks kind of muddy. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, social media definitely is a good place for meeting people that you would probably never meet in real life. And so I'm grateful for meeting my friend on Instagram and being able to chat with somebody in Latvia who honestly, I probably will never meet her. And where else would I have had an opportunity to do that outside of the internet or social media of some kind? All right, now I'm going to try for this shimmer, Cielito Lindo. I'm taking a flat shader brush. I'm dipping into the shadow. And then I will spray my brush. I was excited to pull this shade in the numbers because I've been wanting to try this shade. This is like the shimmer that I wanted to try next out of the palette. So I've got it on my brush, and I'm gonna just put that on the rest of my lid leading up to these mats. I don't think I've used this shimmer before. It's really pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. I like that. I think it's going to add an interesting element to these like purpley, greeny colors in the outer corner. So I really do like Instagram for that reason. I think it's a great place to meet people and be able to connect with people that you would probably otherwise not have an opportunity to. And it can be a really inspiring place. It can also be kind of a dangerous place that makes you feel bad about yourself or bad about your life. And that I do struggle with that a bit as well because again, you're seeing the best that most people have to offer, and you have to keep that in perspective. But if you are able to keep it in perspective, it can be a really neat experience. I'm going in with my original brush with no additional product, and I'm just tapping at that place where the shimmer meets the matte to help blend them together. So far this is looking kind of low key, right? You just wait till I add the orange shimmer. Alright, now I put on a little bit of concealer under my eyes to just clean up any fallout and brighten up that space a little bit before I add color to it. Now I'm going to add color. I'm going to take this soft blending brush. It's a little bit pinched and it's relatively dense. Alright, I'm sorry, I got a little waylaid. My daughter woke up from her nap and I had to settle her, and then my mom called. So I chatted with mom for a while. But I'm back, and I'm going to do my lower lash line. I am going to take that smaller blending brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Perla. And you know what, to be totally honest, I kind of wish that I could keep this color story through the rest of the eye look, because I like how it's turning out. I like how it's sort of muted, and it's got like ocean vibes. I sort of want to rock with it just like this, but it's bingo, and I have to finish using all my colors. So I've got Perla on this brush here, and I'm going to run that on my lower lash line. I think I'll just do the entire lower lash line. I know these colors are all going to look nice together. It's just a matter of how much it's going to change the look. I think that this Celito Lindo shimmer up here is it's different from the Mariposa shimmer. It's not nearly as pigmented. It's not nearly as, you know, pop in your face. And that could be a matter of the color itself. I think it might just be the way that they had to formulate to get that color. I don't know. It's really, really pretty. I like it. And I really like it with this purpley brown thing going on over here. I don't know. I think palette bingos are so much fun because they really push me and challenge me to do something I might not do otherwise. Like, for example, I'd like to leave the eye look like this and just bring these colors down onto the lower lash line. But because I have to use all the rest of my colors, I have 2 more to use, it's gonna end up looking different. And see how much it's changed the look to just have this pinky reddish underneath, for better or for worse. But if I weren't pushing myself to use all 5 of those colors, I might never get to the point where I've got this extra surprise of color underneath. So I really appreciate palette bingos. I think they're a lot of fun. And the fact that I can do it with someone else, I am so excited to see how her look turns out. I have no idea what she's gonna do. I know it's gonna be bold and bright and colorful, and I'm just really excited to see what she ends up doing. I think that she might put Mariposa on the lid itself because Mariposa is such a standout shadow. That's the shimmer orange. It's incredible. But because I've used it twice now on the lid, I just wanted to push myself into something else. But I suspect that Marzia will do the Mariposa color on her lid. And I'm so excited to see what she comes up with because it's going to be gorgeous. I'm going to take a smudger brush and dip into Charo, that purple matte, dark purple. I just want that on the very outer corner to help tie it into the Charo that's right here already. It's like the very outer corner. Alright, and to finish this off with my last color, I'm going to take a small pencil brush and dip into Mariposa, which is the shimmery orange. It's just, I love this color. It's the most exciting color in the palette. I'm going to put it on dry because I want to see how it looks. I'm going to put it in my inner corner and then drag it down to the lower lash line to meet up with this Perla shade. I think I'm going to keep it dry because if I spray it, it'll make it even more metallic, and it's such a contrast already to the rest of this look. I don't want it to be so metallic that it takes over. I really like what's happening on the lids, and I don't want Mariposa to just like overwhelm everything else. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit less metallic by not wetting it. I know for my waterline, I wish that I had an orange eyeliner, but I don't. So I'm gonna take this color. This is a peach color from ColourPop. I don't know the actual shade name, but I thought that peach would be a nice mix between the orange and the pinkish red. So I'll put this peachy eyeliner on my whole lower waterline. It's really just gonna brighten it up a little bit and bring in a tiny bit of color to work with the lower lash line colors. And that's about it. So I'm gonna go off camera, finish this up, and then I'll be back to show you the end result. Alright guys, and here's the finished look. I put on some black eyeliner and mascara and just finished everything up. I think it turned out really pretty. I like all these colors together. I knew that they would work, I just wasn't quite sure how. So I think the final look is quite nice. If I had my druthers and I weren't doing a palette bingo where I needed to use all 5 colors, I probably would have kept it as just this aqua purpley brown thing going on up here, because I think that's really kind of cool toned and very pretty, and I might dip back into this palette another time and just kind of finish off this idea. But that was not today's video, and I do like how today's look turned out. You have to make sure that you check out Marzia's look because it's going to be great whatever she does. I know it's going to be just beautiful. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked what you saw, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more. And until we see each other again, I do hope you have a wonderful day. Bye! I'm going back to my original brush. The dog hair, I dropped it on the floor. Finish off this idea. So, and just kind of finish off this idea. But that is not to be